guys, so starting from this side, you can see black and white vases. The black and the white vases were going for 200 shillings, and if you ask me guys, that is ridiculously cheap compared to most places that sells decor items. And the stems were going for 150 shillings each, but if you wanted the whole thing, it was going for 500 shillings, which is also quite cheap, because you get like a bunch of flowers together with the vase for only 500 shillings. The Montessori plant was 300 shillings and the vase was 250 shillings. Please note that this vase is quite bigger compared to the other vases that I've shown you earlier, and that's why it's 250 shillings instead of 200 shillings. If you ask me, that's a really good price, because I've seen people selling this Montessori plant for 500 shillings. Some are even selling it at 1500 shillings on Instagram. But you know what, a girl gonna make profit, so yeah, this is quite cheap. So if you're interested, I'll leave the details in the description box. I'll also leave her number, the shop number, and anything that you require in order to purchase this plant. Yeah, so I hope you continue enjoying this video. Okay, so moving on, this other vase was also 250 shillings because it's quite bigger compared to the other ones that I've shown you earlier, and a stem of this type of flower was going for 150 shillings. Alright guys, so these 4 vases, from the orange one to the orange one, they were going for 500 shillings. I really liked the white one. The plant was going for 500 shillings as well. So if you want the plant and the vase, it's 800 shillings, but if you want them separately, then they are 500 shillings each. So these gold things that I'm touching, they were going for 50 shillings together with the silver ones and the gold ones. Okay guys, so the gold vases and the wooden vases were 1,200 shillings each. So I don't know if you guys can notice, but the wooden vases were quite bigger compared to all the vases that I've shown you. So all the flowers in the wooden vases were going for 200 shillings, and some of them were 180 shillings. But like I said before, I'll leave everything in the description box if you're interested in purchasing any of these items. So the boniciders were going for 300 shillings each, together with this type of plant and the vase. The fruit basket was going for 650 shillings. So all these vases were going for 200 shillings, except the ones on the right, that is the wooden ones, and these ones that I'm showing you right now. These ones are going for 300 shillings. They are quite expensive compared to these other vases, and I think it's because they were made of ceramic material. They're also quite heavier compared to these other vases. The flowers were going for 150 shillings per stem, or rather per branch of flower. Alright guys, so whatever you're seeing right now was going for 1,200 shillings. I'm saying that because I can't give them a name. I don't know what they're called. I just know these are flowers in a flower pot. Yeah, so they're going for 1,200 shillings each. And then next we have roses, and the roses were going for 130 shillings per branch, or rather per stem. Okay guys, so I can't quite remember the price for each specific frame, but I know the frame starting price was from 600 shillings going up. But like I said before, I'll leave everything in the description box, like the number, the name of the shop, just in case you want to inquire about pricing, just in case you want to just buy the products and have them shipped to wherever you want. Yeah, so please make sure you check the description box if you're interested in any of these items. So the succulents were going for 500 shillings. Alright guys, so that's it from this shop. I went to 2 shops, so if you're interested in anything from this shop, please make sure you check the description box for details. Okay guys, so the second shop had more plant options compared to the first shop. So I'll start with the palm trees. The palm trees price was from 3,500 shillings to 5,500 shillings, and the difference in price is because of the difference in height. So the more taller it is, the more expensive it is, and vice versa. So this other plant was 500 shillings, and the vase was also 500 shillings. But if you wanted to buy them separately, the vase will be 600 shillings and the plant will be 600 shillings. So the Montessori plant was 1,500 shillings, and this one is a bit expensive compared to the one I'd shown you in the other shop, and the reason is because this one is a bit taller. It's also a bit more fuller in terms of the number of leaves. Okay, so the green vase was 400 shillings, the yellow vase was 350 shillings, and the white vase was 300 shillings. They were so heavy, I think they're made of cement. Then the vases on the floor were 500 shillings, the one with the cement. And then this plant was 1,500 shillings plus the vase. Without the vase, it was 1,000 shillings. So this plant was also 1,200 shillings plus the vase. Without the vase, the plant was 600 shillings. So the Montessori plant in this type of vase is 1,500 shillings. That is 1,000 for the plant and 500 shillings for the vase.